This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie skies are wide and high. Deep in the heart of Texas, deep in the heart of Texas.
Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome to Bois, King of the Hill podcast. I am Mike.
And I'm still Rusty.
And I am trying very hard to get down the rest of Nature's Bakery.
No, you're good. It gives me a chance to set the show up, I guess, real fast then.
Yeah,
so, Enrique-cilable differences. So this first aired February 20th in 2005. It's written by Greg Cohen and directed by Dominic Polsino. It's 9 ABE 12. And also, not that it matters, but 6.06 million people watched this episode, which is 2 million, almost 2 million more than who watched the last episode before this and who will watch the next episode after this. So it's a high point in the last 3 weeks of episodes as far as viewership went that week. As far as the guys that had stuff to do with the show, you have the writer and director. The director is Dominic Polcino. Dominic Polcino right now is actually a director for Rick and Morty. So he does that, but he worked on the first season of Family Guy, but left that to go direct on King of the Hill. So there's that connection there. And then he apparently knows Dan Harmon. There was a series that Dan Harmon did called Harmon Quest, which was a role-playing game kind of fantasy thing. And he was the supervising director for that. So the other guy is Greg Cohen. And Greg Cohen, it's kind of cool because he has a connection to King of the Hill. Is kind of funny. So his connection comes from Greg Daniels, which is what I'll assume, because he wrote on Late Night with Conan O'Brien for 168 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Conan O'Brien was Greg Daniels' roommate at Harvard. So they were a writing duo all the way up until they both split after The Simpsons, because they both worked on The Simpsons together, and then they split, Greg Daniels and Conan O'Brien.
Right.
And that's Greg Cohen and Dominic Polcino, and I think that's everything I have to start it up. Obviously, Enrique-cilable differences is a play on the word irreconcilable differences. I think that's it. I think that's everything to set it up.
Very good. Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
I have a fun fact about this. So later on in the episode, we find out that we see that Bobby and Joseph are watching the Daytona 500. This episode actually premiered the same day as the 47th running of the Daytona 500. So
yeah, it feels a little bit product placement-y to me. Maybe Fox is the first time they got it or something like that, and because Fox was still a startup for the most part. Fox had not been around that long.
No, not too long at this point.
Yeah. Okay, so just one more piece of housekeeping. This week we're doing the long episode, and then on Friday I'm going to replay a interview that we did earlier in the week with a local TV station, and it's all about Mr. Yap's Kickstarter and things like that. I thought it went really well, and so I figured you guys would like to hear that. So that's what we'll be running on Friday. Just do me a favor, tune in and listen and watch that if you don't mind. That would be great. Okay, so we've got season 9, episode 7, as you said, 9 ABE 12, in the year of our Lord. The episode script for Enrique-cilable differences, again, February 20th, 2005. So Enrique's marriage is in limbo, but rather than face up to his problems, he tries to find someone else to turn to. He chooses to confide in a heartless Hank who casts him out. This is a bottle episode if there ever was one. It is completely all encapsulated in this episode. We never really hear about it again, I don't believe. The kids have like one little thing they're doing, and that never comes up again. It could have been played in the 5th season, could have been played in the 9th season. Wouldn't have mattered because it's all just evergreen. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think there's inconsistencies too. Because actually, in this episode, he said that his kids are all grown up and moved out. But in season 12, the episode "Lady and Gentrification," he is organizing his daughter's 15th birthday.
Wow. Yeah, that wouldn't have been long enough for him to have a 15-year-old either at that point.
No, definitely not. Definitely not at that point.
All right, so we start with all 4 of the guys. So that's Boom, Howard, Bill, Hank, and Dale in the driveway drinking coffee. So this is before Hank goes to work and the other 3 do whatever the hell it is they do all day. And we hear Dale say, well, it's either a crack in the driveway or the Chinese are making their move. And he gets down on all 4s and starts listening to the driveway like he's going to hear the Chinese just chattering down there or something. Hank says, yeah, either way, we start repaving tomorrow. As usual, the beer, steaks, and Icy Hot are on me. And all the guys cheer. Never heard anybody cheer for Icy Hot, but that's great. Next, we see Bobby and Joseph. This is to set off their little subplot B. Bobby and Joseph are on their way to school, bike and walking. And Joseph says, dude, did you see the billboard for the new show? It's got a chick sitting on a race car pouring champagne on a dude. Bobby says, nothing wrong with that. What's it called? I think they're calling it Daytona 500. Daytona 500? 500 what? 500 bachelors? 500 dwarves? Oh, look at me. I'm already hooked. I have a hard time believing that 12-year-old boys did not know what Daytona 500 is.
Yeah, not only that, so there's actually like some data, I guess, to support them knowing what it is. So at this time, I just don't think that they wouldn't know, like you said, because Hank's been depicted as a NASCAR fan before. They were in Dale Be Not Proud, and then Life in the Fast Lane, Bobby Saga. They do race stuff. Bobby works at a racetrack.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's really hard to believe.
Jimmy Witcher never brought up the Daytona 500. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think not even that. They grew up in Texas, and in 2001, Dale Earnhardt died. Well, this is the theory, is that Hank doesn't watch racing on TV because after Dale Earnhardt died, he stopped watching it. And then in 2003, there was a ton of rule changes that fundamentally altered the sport. So there was this one where NBC, like the network, demanded that they implemented a postseason playoffs because the end of season ratings were really low. So there was like a bunch of really weird rule changes and stuff. So they think that maybe Hank stopped watching it because of that. But even then, them not knowing altogether what it is just doesn't sound plausible.
Baby T's got a point here. He says that shows they were able to get the NFL because Hank does bring up whether it's football season or not, and that's when he unblocks it. So I think that's another little clue you got there. Okay. So he says, I'm already hooked. He goes, going to be on Fox. They have that one show where they give a girl a bigger boobie and then they make her do something gross for the second boobie.
You know what that is?
No, I guess it's Fear Factor, right?
No, it's not Fear Factor. So there was a TV show called The Swan. So what it was is it was a makeover show where women undergo transformations to compete in a beauty pageant. So they would take people who had physical things that they could fix with plastic surgery and stuff like that. And then they would it was only 2 months on. It was canceled 2 months before this episode aired. Sorry, the episode we're on aired.
Super ASCII, just to let you know, they got pancakes. So that's good.
Yeah, it was only on from April to December of 2004. So it just ended like months before this episode aired.
I want to show you something. I don't want you guys thinking I'm gross with my black under my fingernails there. You see how defined it is?
Oh yeah.
I spilt an entire bottle of black dye on the floor the other day. So that's where that comes from. Yeah, it's gross looking. It looks like I've got some serious fungus or something. Fungus among us. He says, man, that sounds great, but my dad has channel block on Fox. We'll have to watch it at your place. He goes, no, my dad steals cable from your dad, so it won't get it either. He goes, Joseph, we are unblocking Daytona 500. He still thinks it's something about boobies. Now we're at Strickland. Hank goes up to unlock the door. It's already open. The lights are already on. Enrique's just sitting there at his desk. He goes, Enrique? He goes, hey, Hank. He goes, good morning. What are you doing here at this hour? He goes, thought I'd get an early start. What's happening with you? He goes, well, I was wanting to turn on the lights, but they're already on. Huge pregnant pause. Well, I guess I'll get some coffee. And so he goes over to get some coffee, and he just follows him over there like a puppy. He goes, hey, so what's new? He goes, well, we should be getting those new M380 tongs in. Look like they'll handle a porterhouse and then some. You get
the M380 tong.
You get this weird, extended pause, weird smile from Enrique. I said, no, looks like you've been reading The Dark Hold from Dr. Dre. Yeah, a little bit. You get this weird smile and pause from Enrique, and he goes, oh, yeah, so how's the family? Anything new at home? He goes, at home, I'm installing a new driveway, but back on the work front, Enrique just interrupts him. A driveway? Now that's perfect. I can really sink my teeth into. Hey, I'll stop by and give you a hand. Stop by? That's a mighty generous offer, Enrique, but I got plenty of help already from my friends back home. So, again, thank you very much. Oh, no problem.
That's a weird way to describe friends who live in your neighborhood.
That you've got friends back home?
Yeah, I've got friends back home, and it's just like 3 guys in your neighborhood.
It also sounds like it's like over the pond or something, like
yeah.
I got friends back in Russia.
Yeah, I got friends back home in the old country.
That's right. Okay. So later at Strickland, Hank is out checking his tanks, and Enrique comes by, and he's just like, strong, right? Strong. He goes, oh, that's right, Enrique. They just keep passing each other, and Enrique just has this weird, you can tell he wants to get something out. You tell he wants to say something. He just never says it. Right?
He just doesn't know what. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now we've got dinner at the Hill House with Bobby, Hank, Peggy, and Luann. And starts off with Bobby. Hey, Dad, you know what would be a good way to teach me responsibility? How about you agree to unblock Fox Network and I agree not to watch it? And Hank says, is it football season? He goes, no. Then it's blocked. Boy, Enrique's been acting pretty. I mean, he doesn't give it any mind whatsoever. He goes, is it football season? No. That's blocked. Boy, Enrique's been acting pretty dang weird lately. And then I just love Luann's what she gives to a conversation, right? It's just so important because she goes, weirder than this, and just makes a face or whatever, and then just starts giggling. Yeah. It's just so stupid. He goes, not like that. I mean, like everywhere I turn, he's there hanging around, talking about things. It's like all of a sudden he wants to be my best friend. All right, so this here comes Shitty Peggy. There is a word for Enrique's culture that describes this exact type of behavior. Amigos. I just love it. She's like, amigos, like says it like nobody else has ever heard that word. Hank says, but we're not that. For at least 20 years, we've been work acquaintances, and everything's been great. When you mix friendship and work, you're opening up a whole can of worms. Why do you think Buck Strickland?
They've worked together 20 years.
Do what?
I can't believe they've worked together 20 years.
Can you imagine?
That's crazy to think, yeah.
And I love how he thinks that's why Buck doesn't have him over. But Buck doesn't have him over because Buck doesn't want to be his friend. He doesn't want anything to do with Hank. He just knows Hank's a good worker. That's about it.
Absolutely.
At the end of this, Luann, her second contribution to this conversation, I'm not interested in this conversation. I suggest we talk about music. Just what is she? Is she taking some sort of class?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm not interested in this conversation. He goes, hey, I just realized what's going on here. All those questions, showing up early, the half sandwich he tried to share with me. Enrique's looking for a promotion. I guess I'll have to tell him nothing's available. It won't be fun, but I can handle that. And then Luann, okay, name the tune in one note. La. I mean,
La.
All right, next day, Bill with a sledgehammer out front, and we get to see Bill's armpits. Love that. He's got the big sledgehammer up over his head. And he goes, "I am the mighty Thor," and grunts and starts hitting the driveway. Then up comes Dale.
That's something.
That is something. Dale comes up and says, "I wish we could rip up this driveway for all eternity," because they're really enjoying the demolition part of it. We hear the honk of the truck. And out comes Enrique. Hey, Hank. He goes, "Oh, God. Hey, Enrique. I brought rebar." Guys, you remember Enrique from Strickland because he's got the other three guys with him there already.
Well, I just wanted to reiterate that this point here is how weird it is to bring rebar to your friend's house for their project. So I was kind of looking up the prices of rebar or the prices of steel and that kind of stuff. So in 2005, which is when this episode aired, which probably doesn't correlate to the actual date of the show, what's going on in the show, but either way, it said that rebar around that time was between 0.35 and 0.45 per pound, and around now it's around I can't see the per pound, but it has about the linear foot, so it's like $2.25 per linear foot now. So it's much more expensive for sure now.
Yeah, but even then, I mean, it's going to cost you some money for rebar for a whole driveway.
Yeah, I just don't understand why you would bring rebar to your friend's house. Like, oh yeah, I brought rebar for your driveway. Like, I mean, it's just such a. I
don't know what else you're gonna bring. Yeah, it's rebar and concrete. That's pretty much it. So
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he says, "I brought rebar," and he says, Dale looks at Hank and he's like, is this some kind of bring a coworker to home day? Then we hear Enrique again. Hey, so what are we waiting for? Huh? Let's get the show started. And he gets the sledgehammer, and Bill is like, "Yeah, but I'm Thor." And he goes, "Oh, I know, Bill, I know." And he starts hitting the driveway. Later, we see there's a dumpster full of old concrete. Everybody's out there, and he says, "Good work, guys." And Thor, everybody starts to leave. See ya. He goes, "See you later. You too, Enrique. You probably want to be heading towards your truck right about now." And he keeps following. He keeps following Hank towards the. Hank is
so
just
funny.
He's terrible at this.
Yeah, but he could have just talked to him and told him like, "Hey man, it's probably it's time for you to go, bud." He's like, "Well, you might want to be walking towards your truck right about now.
You might want to be turning around." So he's just following him. He goes, "Good night." Here it is, Enrique. I noticed lately you've been working really hard, and I appreciate it. But as far as a promotion goes, I'm sorry. There's just nothing available right now. Enrique looks at him and just starts
I think it's
crying.
funny that he think he's fishing for a promotion.
He just starts crying. And he's like, "Hank, my marriage is falling apart. I'm so unhappy. I don't know what to do. You're the only one in the world I can turn to." Hank looks at him for a second and goes, "Okay, then see you at work." Goes inside and just kind of looks out the shades, and that's it. Like he's just like, that's the only way I know how to interact with other human men. All right, and that is going to take us to our first commercial break. We're going to take that, and we'll be
right back.
Join the Daily High Club, the premier destination for glass water pipes, vaporizers, and accessories. Since 2015, we've sold over 1 million quality products and teamed up with legends like Snoop Dogg and Tommy Chong. Ready to elevate your smoking game? Visit dailyhighclub.com for our El Primo subscription box or shop unique pieces today.
Discover the world of luxury sex toys at Luxury Toy X and indulge in the ultimate pleasure experience. For years, we have been dedicated to the belief that sexuality and wellness are essential components of a happy and healthy life. With over 70,000 satisfied customers, we take pride in our ability to provide products that enhance your sexual well-being. Join our community of satisfied customers and unlock a world of pleasure and self-discovery. Visit luxurytoyx.com today.
Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I'm Hunter, the founder of Hello Cake, and today we're digging into ED meds. The number one thing we hear is that guys are sick of waiting for ED meds to kick in. Traditional ED meds take about an hour to kick in as they have to go through your digestive system, where Hello Cake's ED medication dissolves under your tongue and works in about 15 minutes. That's about 3 times faster than traditional ED medication. Curious about ED meds? Go to hellocake.com.
Relax with Hemp Delicious. Organically grown hemp, massively blended with delicious organic herbs, responsibly sourced for their holistic benefits. Each sip offers calming, antioxidant-rich wellness. Brewed just for you. Sip the calm with Hemp Delicious. Find your blend at hempdelicious.com.
Baby girl, were you staring at me? You know that's not convincing, right? Try again. Well, you shouldn't just be staring then. You should taste.
I'd miss your presence, your laughter.
I miss your presence, your laughter.
Your laughter.
Okay. So Enrique is just standing out on their lawn, being sad. He is just
a sad dog.
He is a sad man, sad man. Peggy looks out the window and goes, "Oh, look at him out there, Hank. I was right. Enrique was longing for human connection." Well, he's not getting it from me. I'm his boss. That's Hank. Hank sounds he sounds so mean when he says stuff like that, but that is not at all the way
It's not wrong. I mean, it's not wrong.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's an HR disaster to know that much about your employees sometimes.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. He goes, "Well, I'm not getting it from me. I'm his boss." She says, "But he could be depressed or he could be paranoid." What? Those are the only 2 choices? Depressed or paranoid?
Yeah. A or B. Yeah.
Hank
or
says,
C, all of the above.
All of the above. Oh my God, he's depressed and paranoid. So Hank says, he could be a lot of things, but me getting in the middle of it won't do any good. He's right about that. Peggy says, "That man needs help, Hank, and it looks like you're not going anywhere until he gets it." He goes, "Okay, I'm telling you, this is a mistake. Wait, where are my truck keys? I need something to jangle." I love that. That is my favorite line from this entire show. Where are my truck keys? I need something to jangle. So just so he can fiddle with something, you know?
Yeah, he's got a lot of nervous energy he's got to get out.
I think that is the first fidget spinner right there. We saw the birth.
There you go. Hank's keys. Yeah.
He goes out front and he sees him and he says, so what's a good word, Enrique? My marriage is crumbling. Our love is dead. I feel hollow inside like a ghost. Well, there's been a lot of birds flying around town lately. Any feelings about that?
That would be a great shirt. Enrique as a ghost, and it just says, "I feel hollow inside."
Or Enrique as a ghost saying, "I feel hollow inside," and then Hank standing there going, "There's been a lot of birds flying around town."
Or Enrique as a pigeon with like Enrique's head on a pigeon, and it says, "I feel hollow inside like a ghost."
That would be good. Nice. Yeah. All right, so he goes, "You a lot of birds. Any feelings about that?" Hank, ever since the children moved out, Yolanda and me, I don't know. Things are just not the same anymore. It's like we don't even know who we are. Peggy's peeking out, and Hank's jangling the keys. He goes, "Yeah, the problem here is with your wife. You should probably be talking to her." "Yep, I guess that's a plan. Go talk to your wife." He's like, "No, can't talk to her. I'm a man. Besides, Yolanda's not as easy to talk to as you, Hank." Wow, she's not as easy as to talking to Hank. I mean, that's
yeah.
A long
Hank's
way.
like a brick wall right now. Hank's not really giving you much.
That's what I'm saying, and she's not as easy. What about somebody else? Somebody knows you personally, like a priest or a soccer coach.
That's one of my favorite lines right there. That's good. That would be a good shirt. what would WWPASC or whatever, what would a preach or soccer coach do?
He goes, impossible. I'm a Mexican American in my community. It'd be a disgrace to speak of my marriage problems. He goes, Mexicans don't talk about their feelings? That's great. So why don't you give that up? Mexicans don't talk about their feelings. That's great.
Yeah. So why did you give up that? Yeah. Why'd you stop doing that?
Hank, I need you. And he just starts crying. I'm in so much pain. I'm really, really alone. Just crying and crying and crying. Well, I don't want to keep you, Enrique. So just trying so hard to push him out the door, man. In comes Peggy. Here she is. Enrique, please come in. Look, everybody, it's Enrique. And then Luann, hello, Mr. Enrique. Oh, Raymond, this is a good TV show. She goes, oh, I'll turn it up for you. And then you hear on the TV, say what happens when you miss your nap? You get cranky.
Oh, Everybody Loves Raymond. Oh, yeah. Raymond, this is a good TV show.
Yeah, Raymond.
Yeah.
This is
I forgot how big Everybody Loves Raymond was at one point. It's one of those things I don't understand, like Jerry Seinfeld. I never understood why Seinfeld was funny, and then I never understood why that was funny. Everybody Loves Raymond
stuff. It's just common stuff that people identify with, especially at that time. Enrique starts laughing, and when Enrique laughs, it's like it's full force,
obnoxious. Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, oh, that's funny. This is a good time. Peggy and Hank are just kind of staring at each other like, oh my God, what do we do? Back and forth.
I had an Enrique growing up. So my dad had a friend named Jerry who was actually half Bohemian and half Mexican, but he grew up in the Mexican culture. And him and his wife were married for like 20 plus years. Like they were married for a really long time, but every now and again they'd get in like a fight, and he likes to drink a little, like he was a heavy drinker or whatever. So they'd get in an argument or a fight, and then he'd end up on my dad's couch. And that it just reminds me of Enrique, because that's what he would do. He would just come over and he would I'm like 14 years old, and I'm like getting a bowl of cereal. It's like 2 a.m, and my dad's drunk friend is like sitting at the dining room table, and he's just like talking about, oh, where did I go wrong marrying this woman? And I'm like, I'm 14, dude. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
He's looking for the best advice he can possibly find.
No, he was a good guy. He was one of my dad's real close friends, but he actually died kind of tragic. Not to go off on a tangent, but he was found in the river by the Waco missions out on JJ Fluellen, like kind of out there or whatever.
Yeah.
He was found in the river, like he was naked in the river. So he was they think he was living homeless at the time. So they think that he might have been like sleeping behind there and went to like bathe and then fell in while he was drunk and like drowned.
Naked in the river. That's
if you're gonna go out drunk, naked in the river, hey, there's worse ways.
I guess so. All right, a little bit later in the night, they're both in bed, Hank and Peggy, and he goes, and then he asked me what we're doing this weekend. I panicked. I think I let dinner at Long John Silver's slip out. Dinner at Long John Silver's, boy,
slip out.
That's
even crazier.
You gotta ask for those crunchies, man. You gotta get more crunchies whenever you go there. Get the little crunchies.
Oh, the crunchies. Yeah. I actually get the I think it's called Gordon's fish fillet stuff. Like they have like the fish, like the ones you can put in the oven, the frozen ones.
Yeah.
And those are pretty good too. Those aren't
They're
too
not bad. They're not bad.
Yeah.
You just got to trust the guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer, to make your fish. That's
yeah, for sure. Yeah. I hadn't seen that in forever.
So he says, see, Enrique is asking about you. This is Peggy talking. Now you need to ask him about him. Find out what the problem is in his marriage. Is he there for her emotionally? Hank's like, look, all I know about him is he likes blue pens and he staples horizontally. And that's all I should know. And he turns off the light and rolls over, and she goes, maybe he's selfish in bed. Hank's like, oh God, that's the last
Why
thing.
in the hell would she say that? Yeah. Why'd she say that?
Selfish in bed. All right.
She
next
should know
morning,
better than say anything about a bed to Hank.
No shit. Next morning in the living room, the boys are in there and they're trying to punch code into the cable box, trying to get Fox. And Bobby says, I think I figured out my dad's password. Oh, it's not Ladybird? Dang it. I've tried everything. What's his freaking password? I love the fact that shit, what's his name? Jonathan? No, what's his name? Joseph. Jesus.
Joseph.
My brain just fell out for a second.
Yeah, Joseph.
He goes, I know what about Firestarter? He goes, no. How about Bug? Space Needle? Macaroni Salad? I mean, just starts naming stuff that his dad would make a password, you know. He goes, stop it, Joseph. We got to think like my dad. He comes in there and goes, what are you boys up to? He goes, propane. The other one says, propane. He goes, oh, propane. I got it. He types that in. Works like a charm.
Boom, propane. Who would have thought his password would be propane?
And then we hear on the TV, America has made the choice, and now you get to see the results. What do you think of your new face? And you hear this woman go, oh, I love it. He goes, now, if you want to keep it, you have to eat your old nose and lips. What a show. What
that's wild.
Show. All right. So he's kind of avoiding Enrique now at Strickland. But Enrique comes up anyway. Hey, Hank, that was a good time last night watching Raymond, huh? Hank has the best remote. He's saying it to everybody. It's universal.
Universal.
It's universal.
That's a good one.
And then we get what is his name? Shit. I see that one fails me too. Hey, honey. What's his name? Joe Jack. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Joe Jack.
I had to use his voice before I knew what he did, before I could remember what he's called.
Joe Jack. Hey, honey.
He goes, you had a Raymond party, honey? I had to watch it at the damn Jolly Lamplighter. He goes, and then the lady behind, and I don't know if this is Debbie or not, but she goes, what's Hank's house like? I always picture him having lots of cats. And then another one. Hey, does Hank have slippers or does he just walk around in his socks? Hank says, I think people need to spend more time cleaning the plastic steaks and less time discussing my home life. Enrique says, hey, you know what's really cool? Hank comes off all stiff and formal here, but you can tell he really loves his wife. He goes, oh, God.
That's funny.
Oh, God. The girl, Debbie, I guess, she goes, is he affectionate with her? He goes, well, the thing about Hank and Peggy's relationship, and then Buck comes out. This is the one and only time I can remember that Buck comes out and like yells at Hank in front of everybody. God dang it, Hank, it's the busiest day of the month. You're bragging about your love making with your wife. Now get back to work. I mean, you talk about taking down Hank. That is the way you take down Hank right there. Have Buck yell at him because Buck is his number one man. He is.
Oh, yeah. Well, not only that, it's like it's all of it's going towards Hank, and Hank's not even doing nothing. But all he could hear is people talking about Hank, so he thinks Hank's out there bragging. But he should know Hank well enough to know he doesn't brag like that. But
yeah, you would. Think so.
I guess that kind of dialogue kind of like distance Hank from Strickland even more than you think he really is sometimes. Because sometimes you think they're kind of close when it's a situation like where he's got to go pick up his son while he's Buck's faking heart attacks and gambling shacks, you know what I mean? So it's
or
you
go
really
feed
think
his
they're a little
dogs
closer,
or whatever.
Or feed his dogs or whatever. And so you think they're a little closer than they are. Then you see it's like, oh, okay, well maybe he doesn't know Hank the way, like as well as you think he knows Hank, because Hank would never brag about what he does with his wife in the bedroom for sure.
No, that's why Hank is like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. So now we're back at Hank's house, and Hank's starting to pull up, and the boys are already there. So you've got Dale, Bill, and Boomhauer, and they have been drinking heavily. There's a lot of beer cans on the ground.
There's a lot of them.
He pulls up, and Dale's like, dang it, Hank, we've been waiting forever to work on the driveway. We're almost too drunk to use power tools. And then you hear, beg pardon, from Bill. He goes, sorry, Buck made me stay late. Now, let me go change, and I'll be right out. He goes in through the back sliding doors, and he hears Enrique's laugh, and he realizes, oh, shit, he's here again. And you hear, hey, it would take forever to iron my shirt with this. See what I'm saying? He is on the ground with Bobby and Luann, and he's playing Monopoly. And the worst thing is he's kicked his shoes off, and so he's just in sock feet. For somebody to do that in your house is a big deal.
Yeah, but somebody to be home before you got off work.
No shit. And to have their shoes off.
Yeah, so he works with him, but he got to his house before he did while they didn't even live there.
I will tell you, that is something I watch for in people that come over to my house. If they take their shoes off in my house, number one, I think it's a little unpleasant. And number two, I think, oh shit, this is going to be a long day. You know, like
getting
they're
too
staying.
comfortable.
They're staying for a while. Yeah. He hears that and he's playing with the little iron from Monopoly and goes, it takes forever to iron my shirt with this. See what I'm saying? Everybody laughs. He goes, Enrique? He goes, oh, hey, everybody, Hank's home. How was your day at work? Just kidding. I was there. But now it's gift time for adorable Luann, an adorable stuffed animal. He gives her a big monkey, a big stuffed monkey with a tiny little top hat and a banana. And she goes, oh, how did you know? He goes, and for Bobby, who's growing into a man, beef jerky. He goes, wow. He goes, for Peggy, who stands up for what she believes in, the Rocky box set. And for my friend, a gallon of driveway sealant. Now, let's get this party started with some music. He goes over and he turns on the Spanish station, starts dancing around to it. Hank goes over to Peggy and he's like, dang it, Peggy, this has got to stop. And you hear what do you call it? Norteño music?
Norteño? Yeah, Norteño. Yeah, Norteño.
Yeah. He goes, Enrique has got to talk to his wife, not hang out here. She goes, of course he does, but he can't seem to do it. That's where you come in. But I don't want to come in. He goes, hey, Hank, thanks for the raise. He goes, that's very good.
Damn, he even gave him a raise.
Yeah, just to try to get him off his dick. He said, she goes, look, Hank, he's beginning to drive me a little crazy too. That laugh, his childish sense of humor. Now quit being so stubborn. Step in now and we'll be done with all this. Enrique, Hank is going to give you a ride home and fix everything. He goes, really? He goes, yes, but he's going to need all the details. Don't hold back. Yeah, big pause. He goes, no, I won't. So next thing we see, he's driving Enrique home. And he goes, see you, Dale. See you, Bullhauser. Like he didn't even know their right names. You know,
yeah, Dell and Bullhauser.
Bullhauser. Yeah.
William. Yeah. See you later, Dell, Bullhauser, and William. Yeah.
He doesn't say anything to Bill, and Bill's like, oh, like he wants him to call him the wrong name too.
Yeah.
So
call him something. just don't ignore him. Yeah.
Just don't call him late for dinner. He says, okay, so here's the deal with
dinner.
Here's the deal with Yolanda and me. I think she's pretty. I tell her she's pretty all the time, but she never tells me I'm handsome. Do you think I'm handsome, Hank? Oh God. Hank puts his foot down on the gas and goes faster. Enrique goes, I don't know. Maybe it's because when I got married, Yolanda was a virgin and I was a virgin and she wasn't. Big freaking pause, man. He pulls up. You see her come out the door. She crosses her arms and he goes, oh no, she's in one of her moods. Drive, Hank, let's go. He goes, no, apparently Peggy thinks I need to help Yolanda and you work this thing out. So all that intimate stuff you told me, you're going to tell it to Yolanda. So they get out and they just start yelling at each other in Spanish, back and forth and back and forth. And Hank's just kind of standing there. At one point, she accuses him of kissing up to Hank. You only know it because you hear Hank, and that kind of stuff. And just back and forth. And Hank's like backing up, like, okay, then. And finally leaves, right? And he just leaves them arguing like crazy. Next, we see the boys are all there with the concrete, and they're smoothing it out. Must be the next day because Hank's helping them, and it looks good.
Which my favorite line of the whole episode is coming up after, like right here.
Okay, he goes, fresh concrete. Boy, that smell really helps me put all that Enrique stuff in perspective. I can't wait till it dries to see how she parks. Bill says, and to think my wallet's in there somewhere.
And this is my favorite line, this next one that you're about to read.
He goes, Hank, spit in the concrete, so when I mysteriously disappear, you'll be able to use my DNA to create the perfect neighbor, half man, half driveway.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
Peggy comes out and goes, so how'd it go? He goes, I didn't get the feeling that me being there helped out a lot with the yelling and the finger pointing at all. She goes, no, that's good. That's breaking the ice. I have a good feeling about this, Hank. When Peggy says she has a good feeling about something, you better turn tail and freaking run because something bad is going to happen.
Something not good is about to happen.
Big van pulls up. The guy leans out the window and goes, hey, are you Enrique's friend, Hank Hill? He goes, I'm his assistant manager. Yes. He goes, yo, we got some garbage for you. And he starts throwing Enrique's clothes out onto the wet concrete. He goes, hey, what? That's fresh concrete. And she goes, and he doesn't want this either. And they throw Enrique out, and he tumbles all through the wet concrete, just screwing up the whole thing, right? And he goes, oh, hey, Hank. Just like nothing really happened. Hank says, "What happened, Enrique?" He goes, "Yolanda kept yelling. I didn't like the way she was talking about you. So I told her, and that got her even madder. Looks like we're going to be roommates a while, huh? Or family. Enrique Hill." He starts going in their house. He wipes their feet. He wipes his feet like twice, and he is covered in concrete and just walking straight into their house, which is the most insane thing I can think you would do at somebody's house.
Oh, that's crazy. That is insane. Yeah, for sure.
That is absolutely nuts. Now, that is going to take us to our second commercial break. So we'll take that and we'll be
right back.
There it is.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Tervis is all about staying hydrated. Each product is built to last and comes in endless designs to match your personality. Stay refreshed and express yourself with Tervis. Visit tervis.com today and find your perfect tumbler.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com. Looking for tickets to the hottest shows, games, and events? Ticket Liquidator is your one-stop shop for great prices, no hassles, and guaranteed tickets. Since 2003, we've been connecting buyers and sellers, providing access to sold-out events at prices lower than most secondary market options. Whether it's sports, theater, or concerts, our massive nationwide network ensures you get the tickets you want, guaranteed. For the best seats at the biggest events, start with Ticket Liquidator today at ticketliquidator.com. That's TICKETLIQUIDATOR.com. Ticket Liquidator.
Yeah, CKET, blah, 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 MOUSE. All right, so we are, it is nighttime. Enrique is cleaning his clothes in the bathtub.
In the bathtub. I'm not sure why in the bathtub, but in the bathtub. There is a washer and dryer in this home.
I guess it's because of the concrete that's on it, but the concrete's not going to go down your bathtub very well either.
I don't think you would want to wash concrete off in your bathtub. No, not at all.
No, once you get concrete on your clothes, you're in trouble. I mean, honestly, you throw them
pretty
away.
Much it for that.
Just
pair
use
of
them to
clothes,
make concrete. Yeah. So he's kind of humming, and they're behind him, Peggy and Hank, and she goes, "This is not good. Oh God, he's not getting ready to laugh, is he?" He goes, "He's not moving in with us." He goes, "Oh, of course not. I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't be back with Yolanda. Maybe you should tell him to be single." He goes, "No, look. We don't know if Enrique should be back with Yolanda or single. He's got to figure it out for himself." He goes, "Hey, you guys, I can imitate any animal. Watch." Bark, 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 bark. He just starts laughing. He goes, "I'm a chicken. You can fry me for dinner." He goes, "Peggy, we'll do this my way." So,
he's about to get serious now. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's done."
This is the morality turn or the third act or whatever you want to call it, because it's kicking in hard right now.
Yeah, this is Hank getting ready to get it over with. Yeah,
he's driving Enrique in the truck, and he pulls up in front of this place called the Dearborn. The Dearborn looks like the most depressing single dad place to live that you've ever seen in your life. It looks like you know what it kind of reminded me of is the YMCA or the Salvation Army or something like that, where these single guys all live. But he goes, "Enrique, Your fantasy life with me and my family has ended. Welcome to the Dearborn. This is where husbands who can't work out their marital problems come to live. But he goes, stop it. Understand, you're not coming back with us. Like he literally has to tell him this is the way it's going to be.
It reminds me of Milhouse's dad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He goes, okay, well, it doesn't look too bad. They go inside, and this lady's kind of showing them around in there, and she goes, here we are in the community room where a lot of our singles like to congregate. And there's guys in there playing foosball. There's guys in there watching TV, playing cards, games, stuff like that. But you can tell that they're all way overamped or very depressed. And you hear one of the guys go, no flagman shots. You spin again. I'm going to neck punch you. And she goes, oh, Enrique, I'd like you to meet TJ. He's a regular at many of our events. The events are an excellent way to meet women. He goes, hey, you like to party? He goes, oh, yeah, who doesn't? He goes, yeah, we're going to party together. You like margaritas? He goes, Fridays around here are called Weekend Warrior Fridays, and it's all the margaritas you can drink. He goes, hey,
whatever that
guys,
is.
Huh?
Whatever a margatini is, that sounds
margatini,
rough.
Margarita and a martini, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
So we're back. So he leaves.
Oh, here you go. I looked it up. So actually, a margatini is actually a gin margarita. So instead of it being tequila, it's got gin instead.
No, thank you. I'm good. Thank you very much. That sounds awful.
They call gin a mother's ruin.
Gin a mother's ruin.
They call it a mother's ruin. Yeah, in the old country.
Oh,
yeah, we got a lot of alcoholic. You got a lot of alcoholism in that culture. So that's what they call it, a mother's ruin.
Old country where you have all your friends back home.
Yeah, where all my friends are back home. Yeah.
So we're back at Hank's house. He's coming home. The boys are there watching TV, and they're watching some cartoon about ducks. And Luann comes through and goes, well, off to the mall. And Bobby says, hey, have fun. He goes, later much. I thought you'd never leave. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Daytona 500. And he punches in the car, and he goes straight to a car race. They're camped out in front. They've got their chips, their popcorn, their drinks, all this stuff. They're ready to get horny. And he looks at this race, and he goes, is this it? Just a bunch of cars going around in circles. Joseph says, it will get better. He goes, you think? He goes, yeah, like maybe the Hilton twins have to run across the track. Bobby says, I hope something happens. And then they hear a car crash, and both of them are like, oh, cool. Then they actually start eating their chips and watching and stuff. So there's your advertisement for the Daytona 500 on Fox.
Yeah, there you go.
Back at the Dearborn, the world's most depressing apartment complex, the lady is showing them the room. She goes, the Murphy bed allows you to adjust the size of your living space from big to small, depending on your specific needs. Hank goes, so when can he move in? She goes, now at the Dearborn, we never require advance notice. We find it's how many of our suddenly single residents prefer to do business. He goes, Enrique says, this looks great, right, Hank? I should sign up, party every night. He goes, I can't answer that, Enrique. All I know is that you'll either be living here or with Yolanda, not with us. But I want you to know that whatever you decide, it's none of my business. I mean, that's just laying that shit out there for him right there. He leaves, and we leave the lady and Enrique there, and Enrique's just kind of fiddling around with his wedding ring like this, just kind of, I don't know what to do. So next thing we see is the boys. So we've got Bill and Boomhauer and Dale. Boomhauer is riding the jackhammer as long as he can. Dale's like, ride it. Bill's like, ooh, hang on. He goes, oh, you got it. And then it dumps him in the bushes, and Dale says, and 9 seconds, a new record. Congratulations, Boomhauer. And then Bill steps up and goes, my turn. It goes just one time, hits him in the nuts, knocks him on the ground. He goes, and 1 second. Then we're at the dinner table. We've got Bobby, Peggy, Luann, and Hank. And Peggy says, this is lovely. It's nice to be able to tell a joke and not have someone roar, si bueno, and pound the table. I would just like to propose a toast to Hank for making this quiet family dinner possible. Nicely done, Hank. And Hank says, well, I'm not sure we should do any celebrating just yet. Because, I mean, he knows the guy could come back.
Yeah.
All right, so it's nighttime. It's in the driveway. Enrique is there. He's still way torn up. He starts pounding on their door. Hey, let me inside. Open up. Enrique, I'm out here. I just want to be in there. And then Luann says, Uncle Hank, are we going to get murdered? He says, shh, this is the critical junction. We can't give in. No matter how bad it gets, and it will get bad, we must stand firm. Then everything can go back to normal. And then he just kind of goes nuts, does Enrique outside. Hello, hey, open up. I got presents. I guess you can't hear me. I'm sure you park your car in the garage. He looks in there. Phone starts ringing. Come on, pick up. Come on, pick up, pick up. I'm really lonely out here. And then he yells at the house, Peggy, you haven't told me how to make Rocky 3 better. Hello, it's family time. Let me in. Just play one game of Monopoly with me. Luann says, let's just play one game of Monopoly with me. He goes, no. Let me back in. Bark, bark. I'm a dog. No. I'm a chicken. Chicken dinner. What do you like? And he's just ringing the doorbell, just crying. I've got presents. And then he finally just gives out. Hank looks at him. He goes, it's over. It's over. It's like they withstood a zombie apocalypse or a freaking bomb went off or something, and somebody's trying to get into the holding area. The next day at Strickland, you see that Enrique's wife drops him off. He kisses her on the cheek. They look very happy. He comes up to Hank, and Hank's out there just wiping tanks and filling them up and stuff. He goes, adios, morning. Hey, Hank, nice day. He goes, yep, good grilling weather. Yeah, those tongs should really move. They don't say a damn thing about what happened. Enrique knows. He knows this was the best thing. Hank, for his credit, does know how to handle these situations, which is tell them the friggin' truth from the get-go, and you don't have to worry about it. And then you see them all out front, smoothing out the concrete, and Peggy comes out and goes, so how'd it go with Enrique and Yolanda? Are they going to therapy? Do you think they truly reconciled, or do you think she'll kick him out again? Hank says, Peggy, I have no idea, and just keeps on smoothing his concrete. And that is the end.
That's the end.
Season 9, episode 7, Enrique-cilable differences. You want to tell them where they can find more of this nonsense if they want it?
Yeah, I was actually going to run through a little bit of fun facts about that run of the Daytona 500. Great. So that Daytona 500 actually went over 200 laps and over 500 miles, which was the first one to do so ever in NASCAR history. Wow. It was also the first Daytona 500 to go to end at sunset, which was around 6:18 that time. And there was an estimated about 200,000 people there. So the year before that, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won, which would have been the 46th running. So this year he would have been the defending Daytona 500 winner. So for everybody that doesn't know anything about NASCAR starts a couple of races before the Daytona, but the Daytona 500 is considered the official start of the NASCAR season. It's the most important race for a lot of drivers of the season. It's like a anybody can win it kind of race. It's a really fast race, and it's really good. So that year, the winner of the 47th, for which was this episode, February 20th, 2005, was Jeff Gordon. With the first, second, and third driver were it was Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. ended up getting second or third at this one. But the crazy thing about this was Jeff Gordon's fourth win, I believe, already at this time, and he was pretty early on in his career. He was pretty young at this time. So
those are amazing names, though. I mean, those are huge, like monsters. One. Those are monsters of that sport. I mean, that's those were huge names.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot. I was reading through the whole list of names that were at that specific race. It was a lot of big racers, big name racers. It just shows that how universal NASCAR was at that time frame, because I remember all those drivers' names. And nowadays I know all the top probably 10, but I don't know everybody's names. Back then, everybody's names was just you just knew a lot. I just knew way more names, I guess.
Baby T is asking if we're ready for the new season, about to drop in 2 weeks, he says.
Yeah, for King of the Hill. Yeah, absolutely. We're ready.
Yeah. I am very ready. For those of you who kind of remember or whatever, my mom passed in February, and my dad just had a triple bypass, and so it's been a rocky few days or a few weeks or a few months or whatever. But my dad has started watching King of the Hill again. You know, he's watched it all before, but he's watching through again because it's just kind of a comfort show for him, you know, just like the rest of us. And he did not know that there were new seasons. That is a very excited 82-year-old man who's going to watch those new seasons. Yeah.
That's
He's
awesome.
he's very excited about it. So I'm really looking forward to talking about that with him. I've not been able to do that in a while because my mom's been sick and stuff, you know, and so
So you've been focused.
I didn't really talk about much else. Now I get to send him shitty movies and stuff to watch, and so it's been a lot of fun. All right, so tell them where they can find us so they can watch that interview that we did on Friday of last week.
Yeah, you can find us at youtube.com/@BWAAAKOTH. If you're listening to this in audio format, you can go over there and hear us and see us. Also, you can find us on all social media at BWAAAKOTH.
Hey, I talked to this is just a little extra thing, but I talked to a girl on Friday about a new dramatic audio series that we're going to do, and it runs in correlation with the Magnus archives. I don't know if you've ever listened to any of that, but if you haven't, you ought to go do it because it's English, and it's about like found audio. So they find these creepy cassettes and listen to them, and there's weird stuff that happens, but you might enjoy that. She wants to do like a parallel series of what's happening in America at the same time. So I think that's a really cool, that's a really cool way to do it. But anyway, if you haven't watched that or you haven't listened to that, you need to listen to some of it. I think they're on YouTube.
I'll check it out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is it. And already that's what's up. Your pop's going to watch together. Yeah, I'll probably watch one with him or so. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, hey, guys, good to see you. Thank you for being here. We love you all. Baby T, blah, 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 blah. We've got Super ASCII. Everybody's in the group. And thank you so much for being here.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you again next Monday. And I believe that leaves us with one thing left to say.
Wimatanye.
That's what I was looking for. So Wimatanye indeed. We'll see you next time, guys.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.